gotta figure out how I'm gonna separate these fucking legs.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Freedom Honey Podcast as we continue our descent into cult-like status. And yes, that was Pedro getting ready to butcher his pig. I think that was Kevin Bacon. I think that's what that one was called. Quite excited to try some of that pork. I know what that pig's been eating, so I mean that's some gourmet stuff. Really, really good stuff. And I mean, at this point, when he talks about splitting legs, I mean that's not a problem for Pedro. I mean, he's desired by most women. Envied by many men. Shit, he's even desired by many men, depending on which way you swing. But it's all good stuff. And with that, guys, for everyone who's new to the show, I am Mike. This is our time to get together once a week and just kind of hang out and talk about the stuff that I found on X this week and some of the other crazy bullshit that's going on. And with that, I drink through these. So I'm going to pop open a fresh PBR and we're going to get into the stories of this week. That's good stuff. All right. First thing, the Great Carbon Tax Rebellion. So unless you've been sleeping under a rock, last Monday, April 1st, was Happy New Tax Day. Of course, our carbon tax went up by 23%, and people are rightfully pissed. I mean, there's a lot of leftist shills out there that says, oh, well, you'll get more back than you spend. I'm like, look at my utility bills. Just look at my natural gas bill alone. I pay more for carbon tax than I do for natural gas. Don't even get me started on coal. Coal is $48 a ton. It went up from $47 a ton, but the carbon tax is $130 a ton. So if you're still one of those people burning coal, God bless you. But more importantly, I want it to drop. If it does, yeah, I'm going back to burning coal. I'm going to run my shop off of it. Plus, we just got our hands on an old boiler from an old steam crane. So the guys at the shop. So we want a way to power that and make some kind of ridiculous machine out of it. This is the things that happen at work. It's good times. So yes, myself and Mrs. Freedom Honey went down to the protest on Monday. I worked the Friday before, so I took the Monday off. Went down there for a few hours, saw some good people, shook some hands, and yeah, everyone's a lot of good support. So it was good to see. This was in Edmonton. I didn't make it out to one of the big protests that were happening at the borders down in like Lethbridge and on BC or anything like that, or down by Calgary on the highway. But those numbers are pretty big, and they're still going on. I mean, we're only at day 4 or 5 right now of these protests, and they're getting pretty good. And the cops are getting really pissed. I mean, they're sending out warnings, saying that if this continues on, they're probably going to have to take down the demonstrations. I'm like, all fun and dandy when it's pro-Palestinian stuff, but the second you protest our government, it's y'all a bunch of insurrectionists. Yeah, terrible. But on that note, let's talk about Stompy the horse. So Toronto police came out with this news release. Suspect to be identified for striking a Toronto police service horse at a demonstration. Palestinian demonstration. Grand Street East and Parliament Street. Image of, obviously an older Palestinian supporter woman. And apparently, yeah, she struck the horse with the flag. Not a fan. I mean, if it was our beloved Stompy that got notoriety from, man, that horse just loves to stomp out here in Ottawa, just stomping away. I really don't blame the horse for the stomping. I know he was just stomp. He's just doing what he's doing, but you don't take it out on Stompy, honestly. And I hope this woman gets caught and gets the book thrown at her, because we just don't do that to Stompy. Anyway, all right. What else we got in the news? Climate change is hitting vulnerable Indonesian trans sex workers. Nearly 93% of respondents, I can't believe they took like a survey, anyway, saw decreased income during the rainy season. Shockers. I guess standing on street corners as a trans prostitute, weather pending. Anyway, COVID Parrot had a really good tweet on this. Paying climate taxes will help vulnerable Indonesian trans sex workers. And we'll break it down a little more. In Indonesia, trans women face unique challenges due to climate change. Hard to make money. Trans women are among the most affected by extreme weather linked to climate change, as well as suffering disproportionately when disasters strike. Most of them are shut out of the formal economy and survive as buskers and sex workers, occupation that rely on them being able to solicit clients outdoors. I mean, did they not have the internet in Indonesia? But yeah, I don't know. I had to share you guys with that. If I had to see it, so did you. All right, good stuff. Where are we at now? Oh, I guess we hurt the general's feelings. General Wayne Erie, or Woke Wayner as everyone else calls him, X account will no longer allow comments after he faced criticism for woke agenda. D&D says such comments are detrimental to military values, ethics, and communications goals. No, the woke crap that you're pushing is what's detrimental to the D&D. I am going to admit that I'm probably one of the people that have been doing a lot of commenting on this. I am Jeff, one of the other contributors to V4F TV, Jeff Avely. I'm like, he's really good at making good criticisms of this. Plus, he like really breaks it down. Every woke tweet that this general does, he like breaks it down, analyzes it, and just destroys his argument. Fantastic work, Jeff. Keep it up, brother, because we need more like you. I'm surprised I was never banned. I know some other guys were, but Mackenzie and Cabana and them. But I've managed to stay in the good graces from the banning, which is still shocking because I've said some pretty nasty stuff. Not gonna lie, and no apologies. All right, what are we at? Let's look at this. Is man, we were just all over the map today, aren't we, people? All right, the court to decide if Ontario must pay for surgery to make vagina if patient also wants to keep penis. Yeah, that was hard to read. Well, a lot of going on there. A non-binary Ontario resident is locked in a legal battle over public funding for surgery to create vagina while leaving the penis intact. I really don't know what to make of this. I saw this and I'm still scratching my head on it because I mean, what are you, bro? Or chick? Well, if they're making a vagina, so he's a dude, but he wants both. I mean, the only thing I can get out of this is he wants taxpayers to pay for him to himself. It's the only way it's the only place I'm going with this. And quite frankly, I don't want my tax dollars going to pay for this mistake. This is not going to end well. And after our tax dollars pay for this, there's probably going to be a whole whackload of complications. That's only going to make this worse. And then we're going to get we're going to have to pay for the lawsuits that happen and probably pay this person out because they'll be like, oh, my life is ruined because of look what they did. I mean, you jackasses, you wanted this crap. There should be a clause. Make them sign it. If we get stuck, which I hope to God we don't, but if we get stuck, which we probably will because our country's full of pussies, if we do get stuck having to pay for this, there should be like a clause or a contract which says you cannot sue us. So, God. Anyway, there's another one here too. What's the other one? We need the weird surgery ones. I saw this one too. Quebec man has 2 healthy fingers amputated to relieve body integrity dysphoria. Now, I've heard about this condition before. I was watching this weird documentary and they were talking about like a dude and like they got his foot removed because he felt like he shouldn't have had a foot and it was bugging him, and then they just took the foot off and he's walking around with the peg leg and he's like, oh, I feel so much better. I'm like, you may now, but your hips are gonna hurt eventually, and then you're gonna maybe regret it. This is all mental stuff. I mean, I think they call them like ghost limbs or something like that, or I don't know. What I'm gonna get out of this though is this guy. I mean, he's probably just. I mean, he's gonna take 2 fingers off. He's gonna have this weird claw 3-finger thing, and then when he goes and wants to pleasure himself, let's say, he's gonna have like an ET hand. He's gonna have the 3-finger thumb ET hand. And he's just basically going to give himself an alien hand job at this point. So we'll just call it the ET hand job for his weird claw hand. Probably be like, or you'd be like the Penguin in like the Tim Burton Batman. This weird kind of fin thing going on. I said he should just sewn them together. You should have just sewn the fingers together for like a Spock thing, and then he could just give himself the Penguin. Yeah, I mean, this conversation is going all over the place, but it's good stuff. All right, what else are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about the eclipse that's happening Monday. So FAA issues warning for air travel disruptions during total eclipse on April 8th. Now, I've been seeing a lot of crazy headlines for this stuff. People saying like store extra food and store extra water and state of emergencies being declared and all this other weird stuff. I have no idea what the hell is going on. I mean, we've lived through solar eclipses. Some people are saying it's the end of the world. And anyway, I'm going to let this guy, I mean, I kind of saw this is a bit of a joke, but I saw this video. You're going to have to watch it too, because this is pretty funny.
Okay, here's what you need to know about the total solar eclipse. Now, a lot of people know that the total solar eclipse will be traveling on a path from frickin' southish to northish over the United States of America. And many people believe that this eclipse pathway is actually opening up a portal for humans to receive downloads of information and connect deeper with the universe. Now, what's crazy is if you take one letter from every city that the eclipse is traveling over, you can rearrange it to get a message directly from the universe. And what's even weirder, dude, is if you trace the past 3 eclipse pathways, they form a perfect freaking triangle over the United States of America. And if you look at this circle here, that's the true middle of this triangle. It's an untouched piece of land that humans have never made contact with. And what's crazy is if you zoom in on this true middle of the triangle that the eclipse pathways create, you'll find this is the location where P. Diddy is hiding.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. That's where I'm at with this. I don't think it's the end of the world. But it's been really weird. Been a lot of weird stuff happening. Okay, let's see. What did we talk about? We talked about avenging Stompy, Indonesian trans sex workers, hurt feelings of the general. Oh yeah, we're gonna do merch. So like everything, because I mean I've been probably saying a lot of stuff I haven't been in. Not to mention, we're probably just gonna get all these videos get demonetized anyway. So if you want to support the cause, support V4F, support what these guys are doing. Like this is all volunteer. Me and the rest of the guys, we just do this to kind of give back and build culture. And every now and then I say something funny. So if you get a chuckle out of it, it's fine. But yeah, if you want to support the cause, buy some merch.
Okay, here's
Yeah, guys, tons of really good stuff. Check it out on the V4F website. Just Google it. You'll find it there. All right, guys. And let's talk about Rachel Gilmore's unhinged rant. So, failed journalist turned professional TikToker / has a hot mom. Yeah, she does. Look it up if you don't believe me. Rachel Gilmore kind of lost her yet over Alex Jones. Basically, I would say endorsing, but just giving the old thumbs up to Pierre Poilievre. She's like, huge congrats to Pierre Poilievre for securing the coveted Alex Jones endorsement. It can't have been easy to dog whistle conspiracy theories often enough to clinch the support of the Sandy Hook shooting denier. I mean, Rachel, let's face it. Alex Jones has been more right than you have been. And I mean, the guy's batting really high. I mean, he's well over the 90%. I think the one X profile, like the Alex Jones, was right. Even the gay frog things turned out to be right. Who would have thought? But Rachel, I mean, keep doing what you're doing. I still have no idea how you're making money. I kind of don't want to know, but keep it up. You're just digging yourself a bigger hole. All right, what else? Saw this in the New York Post today. Bird flu pandemic could be 100 times worse than COVID, scientist warns. I mean, bird flu is something you don't really screw with. I mean, I feel like it's an every year kind of thing. except for COVID. Bird flu died during COVID. But every now and then it comes up in, crummy South Asian countries and kills a bunch of people. Well, normally it doesn't kill people. It's just kills birds. But I guess now like the new stuff is going to go to humans eventually and wreak havoc and go from there. So get ready, because I mean it's not like it's an election year. This is perfect weird timing. All right. Now let's get to everybody's favorite part of the show, the weekly Douche of the Week award. Local Edmonton guy this week, guys. All right, so this is Steve Chan. Couple of tweets this week. Good job on everybody trying to make him go famous. Granted, he's now deleted this tweet because incriminating yourself is not the best idea. But let's break it down. Steve Chan, spotted at Hospital Edmonton, take Trudeau to the train station sticker implies execution of the PM. These free dumbers are demented. Alberta Pollen, carbon tax protest, PP, never wrote conservative, though. So that's the first tweet. And then there's the follow of a female named Wendy ran away before I could take a picture of her smearing ketchup on the window. Axe to tax, never Paul, yeah, blow. So I'm like, you vandalized this guy's truck with your stupid ketchup packets. Take a picture of you basically doing it. I'm like, what kind of POS are you? Not to mention, like, that is a fine Ford Ranger. I came to Edmonton in one of those. I left shitty Ontario, packed up my stuff after going through Army school, drove all the way out here with some buddies, with everything I owned basically in the bed of that truck. I mean, that is a fine automobile. I got a buddy of mine who's doing his junk removal company with one right now, and it's hauling. It's still going. It's doing fine. And yeah. So I mean, what a crummy human being. Like I said, he took the tweet down because everyone, just kept sharing it. So for you vandalizing that beautiful automobile, for getting offended with a decal and a back sticker, which I had to figure out where those decals are available. I know people have been messaging me since I shared this. Like, where do I get one of those? I kind of want one. I think you can find out on the internet somewhere. That'll be your homework project. How's that? But honestly, Steve, for doing this, you are Freedom Honey's Douche of the Week. That's Mike approved, Pedro approved, Beaver County approved. Absolute douche. And the fact that you're from Edmonton just makes it worse. All right, guys. Couple last things before we round up this week's awesome show. We're going to start a new segment. We're not going to do it every week, but we're going to try to do it maybe once a month. And we're going to refer to this as the dirty laundry of Beaver County. So I'm part of this weird Beaver County Tollfield Today kind of pages and stuff like that. And some of the stuff people put on are pretty hilarious. So I only thought it was important for me to share it with you guys to find out about some of the dirty laundry that happens in probably one of the greatest counties in Canada, Sweet Beaver County. We're not perfect, but we're damn pretty good. All right. To my fellow Tollfieldians, so Tollfield being one of the big towns in Beaver County, we have a new beautiful road on 834 north of 14. It's Highway 14. Yet some people disagree with its beauty. Horse riders. Ooh, those damn dirty horse riders. I was having a nice drive when I came across, you wouldn't guess, horse shit. I am utterly enraged in the treason of our own people not respecting our beloved shiny roads. Please, horse riders, clean up your stupid pet's shit. If you can't handle it, try licking the shit off the shiny road. Thanks and bye now. So this person, top contributor, by the way, offended by horse shit. I mean, I like the fact that people ride their horses around these neighborhoods. I mean, like, I think most of my neighbors have horses. I think I'm like the only one that doesn't. I gotta get me some like emus just to show I'm part of the cool club. I really don't want horses. I mean, my neighbor up the road's got really nice Clydesdales. But yeah, this is one of the deranged people. This person needs to leave the county. I want more horse riding and less people complaining about horse shit. What else? Also, if anyone happens to see a black piece of bumper on the side of Highway 14, heading east, this woman Karen lost it, and it's part of her vehicle, and would appreciate if anyone can help her find it. So that'll wrap up this week's Dirty Laundry of Beaver County. Right on. Okay, and last we're gonna talk about Pedro. This is kind of what we're going for new merch ideas. Right now we're talking to Shiloh. She's the V4F kind of merch girl. She does beautiful work. So basically her and her husband, they do all the merchandise. He's a vet, so it's helping a good Canadian run vet owned business. So we're kind of talking now about doing a kind of like a merch for every show, i.e. us, the Planting Seeds, Radical Candor, the Hard to Kill guys, and kind of just putting them on the store. I think for us, what we'll do is, because we are turning into a cult, and we're doing pretty good on that, we're going to do the Temple of the Holy Pedro t-shirt. Kind of going to go with this idea. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it's still hilarious. Kind of our, and like I said, the money goes to help the cause, so it's good stuff. And we may take this photo and put it on the Pedro electoral signs once we start the recall to get rid of Mayor Amarjeet Zohi, because he's a terrible human being and we want him gone. He's pretty much, Edmonton's in rough shape right now because of him. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the world needs more guys like Pedro, just dripping with toxic masculinity. And hopefully, like I said on the last show, he's the enema Edmonton needs. And vote for him because everyone else sucks. And that'll do it. I mean, we went through some good stuff this week, guys, and hopefully everyone stays undead, basically, from this whatever this catastrophe happens on Monday with the eclipse. I think it'll be fine. And you guys just keep trucking on. Take care of yourself. I don't know. Try to eat well. How's that? There's your advice for the week. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. All hail the Queen Bee. And we're out.
This is why people OD on pills and jump from the Golden Gate Bridge. Anything to fill